Hi guys, and welcome to this episode of Fishy Angler. Some of you were asking about features and upgrades on my kayak, so I decided to make walkthrough video and show you how I upgrade my Wilderness Systems Rudder 115. Wilderness Systems Rudder 115. 115 stands for the length of the kayak, but actual length of this kayak is 11 feet and 8 inches. It is 34.5 inches wide and 15 inches high. Maximum capacity of this kayak is 450 pounds, and the bare kayak without the motor and seat is 85 pounds. So when I load my kayak with all the upgrades, with the motor and seats and everything, it's getting about 120 pounds. So let's start and look from the front, and we'll move back and I'll show you all the upgrades and all the features of this kayak. Okay, let's start from the front. On the front, there's a handle. It's really sturdy handle. I've been lifting this kayak fully loaded, and I had any problems with this handle. It's really sturdy handle. Moving down, there's a bungee cord to hold your paddle. If you need to quickly just secure the paddle, you just stick it under the bungee, like most kayaks. It has front hatch, which is waterproof. And for this hatch, I've been looking for a bin here, because I see these tabs here that something can fit here, some kind of bin, and I've been looking for a long time, but today I found one on Amazon. And the reason I didn't find it, because it has really interesting name for it, so I didn't know. That's why I couldn't see it before, but I found one, and I'm gonna get one to store. It's small bin here, so to store little things, maybe first aid kit or something like that, to store in the hatch. So once it's locked, it's waterproof. So moving down, we have a flex pod. Flex pod is to install your electronics, and you can use either for that. It also designed to take Wilderness Systems Helix MD, which is the motor drive. So if you actually pull the trigger and you want to have a pretty good motorized kayak, so this motor drive goes here in place of the flex pod. But I'm using it for electronics, for the battery, for my fish finder, and also it holds transducer for the fish finder. All right, and if you want to see my video about installation of my flex pod and the battery how I installed there, I have a video for that, and if you're interested in that, I'm gonna put link right here so you can take a look at that. So moving down, it has rails on both sides. It's a standard kayak rails. On this side I have rem mount for my front camera when I'm filming, and also I have fish finder installed here with the rem ball mount here. In the middle of the kayak, there is a hatch. When I purchased it, it was just the hatch, so also I acquired a bin for it, just to keep little things here, and maybe some plastics for fishing, or whatever I can need during that day. So on this side, I have installed a drillless trolling system. So I installed this into the existing points right here, I use the bungee cord and install it right there, so I don't have to drill. I mean, of course, it's not as great looking as if I would have something, you know, to install and drill the kayak here, but for what it's worth, I didn't have to drill the holes in the kayak, and my trolling system works pretty good even like that. So I'm using for the anchor, I'm using this anchor, and also I'm using the retractable line here that actually retracts on a spring. So in the way it works, I'm taking this carabiner and I just connect to a ring, and when the anchor is deployed, so it just stays just like that. And when I need to retrieve it, it just goes right back in, and I disconnect the carabiner and I stow my anchor. So the seat on this kayak is Air Pro Max. It's really comfortable seat. I can fish in this seat all day long without any problems, and I do have a little bit of a back problem, so I would feel if it wouldn't be comfortable right away. And the seat has 3 positions. This is the highest position, so usually you would have that, you know, to be more comfortable fishing while you already reach your destination. Another position is the lower position, so this one when you're paddling or paddling, this is more comfortable. And the third position, it's kind of tilted like that. I don't know, I never used position like that, but I mean, if you want to just kick back and chill out, you can do it. So you can just flip it right back. Another upgrade I did, I purchased the Wilderness Systems lumbar support. It's an airbag, so usually when I go, I just fill it with air and then adjust it, you know, by releasing the air to the pressure that I need. And on a kayaks with a pedal drive, it's really big help. I mean, I would say it's a must, lumbar support, because especially, you know, when you paddle, you kind of in a half seat position, so you need to have something in your back. All right, so moving down, let's look at my tackle tray here, tackle box. So I purchased this Wilderness Systems tackle box, and it has 2 compartments. The first compartment just on the top, and it's small, and I keep like little things here, you know, whatever I need for the day. And if you open the main compartment, here I can have all my tackle for the day, and hooks and line, and 3700 plano boxes fit really perfectly here. So this time around, you know, I want to buy this tackle box because the well for the tray is kind of deep. So, and as you can see, this one is designed with these adapters, you know, to keep fishing rods higher, or fishing rod holders higher, so they wouldn't interfere. And this way I have 4, because if I would install like maybe a milk crate or something, I mean, it fits right in, but then the rod holders you cannot install on the sides. I mean, you can probably raise them, but most people I've seen, they just put them in the back here, 3. So, but this way I have 4 of them, and I'm using 1-inch nylon webbing here with a latch. Of course, it's equipped with the bungee cords. If you don't have the tray in the back, you can use just bungee cords to hold your stuff. And also it has handle in the back, the same robust handle here so no problem with that. I was lifting fully loaded. And of course I have a rudder, because with the pedal drive, rudder is a must, so it was installed when I purchased it. If you need to lower the rudder, I just pull the rudder and it actuates rudder and also comes back. Friend of mine, Alex from Wrong Angling, he has exactly the same rudder, but for some reason he has trouble to actually operate his rudder with these bungees and everything. So I don't know why it doesn't work for him, but it works great for me. You know, I can drop the rudder when I'm on the water, and when I'm getting back to the shore, I just lift it right back up. I forgot to mention that the seat is adjustable, so it's using two type of latches here. You can just move it up and down the rail. So this is the quick release. You can tie it and lock the seat. Usually that's what I use, but if you need something stronger, you know, to keep the seat, you can use this wing nut just to tie it in place. All right, so let's look on the other side. Also, I installed this mount here. This is for my rear camera I'm using. So I installed it's a Scottish rod holder, but I'm using it. I built my own boom here for the camera. Initially I installed it right here on the plate, which is also I upgraded and installed. This one can be used for the anchor pole or some other accessories. So at first I installed it here, but then it was too far for me to get to the camera if there's a problem with the camera and I need to restart it or something. So I decided to install it here, and this mount I use for the safety flag. All right, and of course to operate rudder you need some kind of mechanism. So this is the rudder control, and if you just release the rudder here, so if you do forward, it just turns the rudder back and forth. So, and once in position, once I arrive to the place, or if I'm paddling, you know, this has also mechanism. I can just pull the handle and just lay it down, so it keeps the rudder in the position that I left it in, but it gets this arm out of the way. It's a simple thing, but I installed this Rapala clip for the fish, especially when I fish tournaments. So when I catch the fish, I just put it on the clip and let it cool off before I put it on the board, because I had a few fish actually jump off right the board before I actually took the picture. So I'm using that and it helps a lot. Also, I purchased Wilderness System utility pouch here. On a kayak, you know, every inch of storage matters. So I got this, and I'm really glad I got, you know, I keep my scales here, sunblock and face shield and whatever little items that I need that day. So it's really good upgrade. I mean, on the kayak especially, there's not that many dry places, and this helps a lot. I upgraded these pegs. I mean, the original pegs were max size, they were a bit bigger, but the locking mechanism actually broke on that, so I purchased this. I mean, this one a bit smaller, but it works great for me. I mean, I have no problem with them. And talking about the pedal drive was installed here, and I like that I have flex spot here because I can install battery and use my fish finder while I'm using my pedal drive, because in most kayaks you can either use this well for the fish finder and transducer, or you can pull it out and install your pedal drive. But in my case, I can use fish finder all the time while I'm using the pedal drive, so that's a plus for me. I was looking for feature like that. And if I fish shallow ponds or ponds with a lot of weeds, I usually, either leave it at home or leave it in the car, because if it's too shallow, it's too weedy, I mean, there's no use for it. So for that, what I do, I just remove the cutter pin here on this side and take out quick release pin. So that's all it takes to remove the drive. So once the pin is out, then the pedal drive just come off. And if you've seen in my previous videos, I was in this configuration and I was fishing and I got the fish for the tournament, but then fish jumped right into the well here and it was gone. So what I did for that, I used this pod that came with a kayak. So this one is actually here when you buy it without the drive. I mean, that comes with the kayak. So, and of course with the mount for the drive installed, I mean, I couldn't fit the pod the way it was, so I cut the pod just to make so it would fit here and wouldn't interfere with the pedal drive. And once I do that, then I cover the hole. Plus I use this to store my plastic baits and some other small things that I need. So, and install the motor is the same easy procedure, just to use quick release pin and then secure it with a cutter pin. Another upgrade I've done is the pedals. The original pedals here were they were okay, but it was just plastic on a stainless steel, and after pedaling a while the pedal starts squeaking. So I purchased and installed this bike pedals, and they're on ball bearings, and they're really quiet. I'm really happy with this upgrade. And if you're interested to see a video how to maintain the pedal drive, I do have video, how to disassemble and lubricate gears inside, and I'm gonna put video right here if you're interested to see that. Well guys, this was a walkthrough of Wilderness Systems Rudder 115. I upgraded pretty much to the point that I have everything that I need. So if you like this video, hit that like button, consider to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.